Talofa Faithful, how's it going? It's the captain. I am back here on a Monday morning, and let's see, it's about 6:45 in the morning. I'm doing the highlight video, if you will, of the 49ers versus the Rams from Thursday night. Typically, I do the Thursday night ones, the highlight videos a day after, but honestly, I've just been putting this one aside because I don't really want to see this. I mean, we know this is not, I mean, it's only 8 minutes long. I'm surprised they got any highlights out of this damn game. The weather was shit. Both teams played like shit. There's obviously no touchdowns, while the 49ers lost 12-6 to the Rams. But just so that everybody realizes, this team is technically still in the playoffs. There is a scenario where the 49ers are still. So we are not officially out of the playoffs. We just need basically heaven, hell, everything else, every place like that to move in order for us to come together in unison for us to make the playoffs. I think there's a 1% chance. But all right, let's go ahead and get into this video. Like I said, I've put it off long enough, and they're typically up Monday morning. So let's just get into it. All right, so obviously we are playing the Los Angeles Rams. Let me know what you think your greatest rivalries. Honestly, one of our greatest rivals. To me, it's either got to be the Rams, the Cowboys, or the Seahawks. Right now, for me personally, living up in the Pacific Northwest, it's the Seahawks. Proximity, I live around nothing but 12s and all those people, if you will. So that's what me is. But I think if you give me any other choice, if I didn't live here, probably the Rams. All right, again, NFL, we are using this under the fair trade right. Please do not flag this like you've done before in the past. We see other video content creators who have hundreds of thousands of looks on their highlight reaction videos, and you don't touch theirs. But for some reason, you come to our little channel and you mess with us, NFL. Why? At least tell us why. If you tell us why, we're good. Hell, even YouTube, I've asked YouTube a million times, like, hey, tell us what exactly we're doing wrong in these, and we'll stop. And I've gotten no response. So if anybody from YouTube or the NFL sees this video, can tell us exactly what we do when we do get those those copyright infringement things, just let us know. We'll stop doing it. That's all I'm asking for. Please let us know. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. All right. We didn't start off too bad, to be honest with you. It wasn't the most worst thing wrong. Brock over the middle to Kittle. Kittle, the best tight end in the history of the NFL. And the 49ers have continually to not use him up to his full potential as a pass catching receiver. And there's Mr. Debo Samuels, who, again, stuffed. And I'm going to say this about Debo. Debo has asked for all the smoke in the world. Kyle, obviously, not we, Kyle gave every chance to Debo to try and make things right. And to be honest, I was kind of excited for Debo in this game. Thursday night games, Debo shows up. Ram games, we know he doesn't like the Rams. He shows up. A Thursday night Rams game, man, it had everything written to have it be a very big and explosive day for Debo. And you know what? We gave him the chance. Now, I know, obviously, we know Debo failed miserably. 100% Debo failed miserably. But you know what? I'm going to give him more credit than a former player, the player formerly wearing number 59 for the 49ers. Because at least Debo, while yes, he fell flat in his face over and over and over, he at least tried. He didn't bitch out. So we got Debo in the backfield, and we hit the on this one. Like I said, obviously the blocking is not good at all on this, but again, with how this game goes and a couple of other plays, this is just not his night. What we spent the entire first quarter trying to make it the Debo game, and it just didn't work. But when everything else was working, like we just saw in the previous play, Kittle down the middle worked well. Moody going for the field goal, and I was worried about it, to be honest with you, and he gets it in. So we take us, like I said, not the worst first drive in the world. I thought we actually played pretty good. All right, so we got Stafford off in the shotgun. Welcome back, Dre Greenlaw. Dre Greenlaw, I didn't mean to hit that one. Dre Greenlaw made an immediate impact on this defense. All right, so we're back on offense, and we got Mr. Garendo. See, again, we are moving the ball quite well without Debo touching the ball. But we are going to keep going, trying to feed Debo. Brock, I don't know what that little jump thing that you just did there. I don't know, you hit the wrong button on your pad or what, man, but I don't know what you were thinking with the little jump. You should have just went down. There was no need for that little hop into the back of whomever. I'm not going to rewind and look again. For whomever that was back that you jumped into. It just was not needed. It could have just went down. Hell, if you even maybe tried to step forward and maybe break a tackle, get something. But that again, this is an off and a purdy off game with it. And Dominic Pooney, let's talk about it with him. Worst career game he's had. He gave up 2.5 sacks, I believe is what it was. I don't have the stats in front of me. Not a good game from him at all. Not to take anything away from the amazing rookie season he's having in general. Just like I said, he's having an amazing rookie season. Just hit a battle. Even everybody has a game like this. We knew Pooney wasn't going to be perfect, but damn, is he ever good? So again, a terrible game by Pooney and the offensive line in general. It was going to happen at some point for Pooney to have a bad game. It just happened to be this one, and it makes me wonder: did he even have a bad game because Aaron Banks was back? I don't know. I know, obviously, right guard, left guard kind of thing, but we were even fine with Pooney. Just quick thought. Pooney was fine when it was Jalen Moore and Ben Barch. Aaron Banks comes back. All of a sudden, that offensive line does not look as good. So, all right. See, they're celebrating that one. And off the field we go. All right, since we are into the second quarter of this, again, I got to try and get commercial breaks into this thing with some of our sponsors. So we'll be right back with our commercial. First one.
This segment is brought to you by Shop49ers.com, the official online store of the 49ers. Use our affiliate link in the description to get the latest official Niner gear. Save 10% as well.
Again, everybody, we know that it is getting close to Christmas time, so if you could please use the Niner Faithful Radio affiliate link, it saves you some money, put some money in our pockets. It makes everybody happy. It's a win-win for everybody. All right, so going into the second quarter, it is still 3-0.
This segment is brought to you by Shop49ers.com, the official online store of the 49ers. Use our affiliate link.
Did not mean to hit that again. Again, I got to slide back over. And look, we had them down there on that one to start. Then Kyren Williams. Kyren Williams has been a thorn in our butts this entire season. Matthew Stafford back to pass. We cannot let old-ass, slow Matthew Stafford scramble and get runs like that. That was just completely unacceptable by the defense in general. That is what we need to be doing to Stafford. That was good pressure from everybody. And I just want to say up until this point, Dre Greenlaw, welcome back. The first half, I want to say Dre played every single snap. And this defense, you could see the physicality was back. People coming across the middle because number 59 couldn't cover them were all of a sudden covered. Everybody, Fred seemed to have so much energy and vigor back to himself, and he just felt like Fred Warner, especially at the beginning of the season. I think after 3 or 4 weeks of him carrying this defense, he just got, besides the obvious broken foot, he was just tired. We also missed a couple of opportunities for big picks. So we were back on offense here. Brock in the backfield with Juice joining him back here, trying to scramble away, and he's just not getting anywhere in that one. Again, not a good night for the 49ers and their offensive linemen. All right. Kyren Williams run the ball again. Again, why is this? This unacceptable. If you're a Rams fan, you're loving every single part of that. If you're a Niners fan, you're hating every single part of that. And they are just now moving the ball. Nice little screen out to Puka Nacua. Stopped by Fred Warner and Talanoa Hufanga. So they're going to tie it up to 3-3 with about a minute left in the first half. Again, not a terrible first half of football. Yes, the weather was ugly and everything like that. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and switch this view because that's what we do here. Seems to keep the NFL off of us a little bit. All right. Then we start the third quarter. We're running the ball. I thought it was a decent drive to start the third quarter. Look at Christian McCaffrey. I mean, Isaac Guerendo. Look at him back there. Remember, everybody, this is a wide receiver converted to a running back. Guerendo has great hands. As much as everybody likes Mason, and we all know how good Mason can be, if you want a player to, quote-unquote, succeed McCaffrey, Isaac Guerendo is more likely going to be the heir apparent with his skill set. And this, I think this is where it got to the point to where it was like, okay, Everybody in this fan base is now officially done. Debo, thank you for the services, all that kind of stuff. I think, again, at least for me, this is where I reached a point where I was like, we're done. You tried. We've given you every opportunity. I'm a Debo man. I'm always going to root for Debo, all that kind of stuff. But at this point, right now, this season, it's not him. Whatever reason, this is where even me, I have been nothing but pro Debo, even through the whole locked in thing, and that he's going to come back. And I think a lot of other people, just like me, this was at the point where we just lost it. Like I lost faith. This was a perfectly thrown ball by Brock, wide open, possibly even goes in for a touchdown, depending on how things turn out, because it looked good the way it was set up. He scores in this play almost. So as you can see, he is up here, right here, and he's just going to come across, and he's going to be wide open. Bam. Look at that. Wide open. He's got Kittle down here to block for him. And at this point, it's off to the races. I haven't watched the all 22 tape or anything like that, but I'm going to guess that there's nobody back here. And again, look, the ball hits him right there. It's in his hands. He has it. This right in here is about as good as it gets. Look, we're already going downfield looking for blocking. Because he's probably going to outrun, this guy he's probably going to keep in front of. Other than this guy, actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, now the way that Pearsall is running here, there is somebody back there. But he scores in this play. At the very least, this is one of the most momentum-killing plays that we've had all season long. And it just sucks to see. Okay, so there was one guy, because you can see him right here, coming in there, which Debo would have cut behind him. All Pearsall has to do is get more than likely get into the way of him, and he scores. So shut Debo down. I don't know what necessarily we're going to do with him. There's a whole trade him. I'm not sure who's taking him. Cut him. There's money involved with all that kind of stuff. I don't know. That's all I can say is I don't know. I want to see how everything else turns out, but more than likely, I see Debo as part of this team next year. Just nothing else is a kick returner. Kick returner, he's been great the last month or so. Excuse me. But yeah, so I think that is at the point where me and the final people who are stout Debo supporters kind of lost it. But he stood there and took it, unlike number 59. Also in the second half, this is about where you saw Dre Greenlaw was not able to come back into the game. There was some soreness and tiredness into his Achilles. And also, I want to say there's also like with his knee, and felt funny kind of a thing. So he wasn't able to go, so we kept him out just in case. Obviously, we know what happened with number 59 not wanting to come in because he's a little bitch ass. Actually, Dre's still out there at this point, so it must have been a little bit later in this into the second half where he decides he can't go anymore. Also injured. D. Winters played a little bit more. He was also got hurt, so he went out with a neck injury. We can't allow that. Matthew Stafford is not a scrambling quarterback. There's no way. And there's obviously the penalty. So now they're tied up. Again, it is now in the fourth quarter. It is 13 minutes left, and we're 6-6. We're still in this game. Look at Grendo. Why are we just not doing this all night long? Again, Kyle goes away from things that are working so often. Puka gets behind Charvarius Ward, but I think it was confirmed later that was actually a blown assignment on Gibson, not necessarily Charvarius, because like I said, the way he was looking at him and how it looked, I've heard many people talk about it. Again, I haven't watched the All-22 yet. That play was more on Gibson's positioning more than him beating Charvarius. And in the most terrifying thing for a 49er fan this season, the 49ers are ahead in the fourth quarter. Ricky Pearsall, nice of you to show up, which I'm not – that is not a knock onto Ricky Pearsall. That is a knock on the fact that we've spent our first round draft pick on a wide receiver with many other bigger spots of needs, and then we don't use said receiver at first. So again, not a knock at Ricky Pearsall at all. But the capital, it's like why? Grando's still fighting. Look, 6 minutes left. We still have time in this game. And then this is where, just why Brock decides to throw this, I have absolutely no idea. Throwing this ball here, like this just made no sense. To me, it's a panic ball and you're going deep. You got three people you can see who are open with a check down for maybe 5-10 yards. But again, a Brock Purdy, when he is in a panic mode like he was, like that, he's just looking to score and get back in the game. At this point, I think we all knew that there was nothing much we could do. If nothing else, the Rams were able to move the offense, move it down the field. Kyren Williams, for whatever reason, has a damn good game against us almost every time. You saw the words, that he talked about after, now they're the big brother or something along those lines. I do like seeing that hustle out of Evan Anderson making the tackle downfield. Can't wait to see more out of him going into next year. Obviously, because more than likely we're going to be cutting Javon Hargraves, who took a pay restructure. So we're basically giving a chunk of money as a signing bonus for next year. Then nothing else. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to kick this field goal to seal it, and they are going to beat the San Francisco 49ers 12-6. Probably one of the shorter videos because, like I said, wasn't many highlights in general of this game because of how ugly it is, and just rewatching it again is just terrible. I should have finished my coffee and breakfast before I watched this because it just made me sick to my stomach, and now I'm just like in a bad mood watching it. All right, but that's it for that, everybody. Thank you again for watching these highlight videos so far this season. Me and TJ will be back tomorrow at 4:30 on Tuesday for our review show, which is probably going to be a lot of cussing and yelling. So if you still need to get through some therapy on that since Thursday, you're welcome to come show us up. It'll obviously be over on the Niner Faithful Radio, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. Then Wednesday, I will have up the Madden stream. Thursday, I'm not 100%, but I believe me and Anchel, 49er Media, will be back doing our Thursday shows. Fridays are weekend review, and Jamie has the presser conferences, and then on the game days we've got all our pregame, halftime, and postgame shows. So back to a quote unquote normal week for us here at Niner Faithful Radio. Thank you everybody for watching. Five time to love.